think this? I don't know. I'll find out. This is a most annoying platinum. Now, Xbox much easier. Full throttle, no throttle. Full throttle, no throttle. And didn't have any traction. So there's a difference between throttle and traction. You can have all day long, twice on Sunday, and have no traction. Or you can have enough traction to take off like a rocket while barely pressing down throttle. No throttle, big throttle, no throttle. Insta-dash right there, that's that. This is magnet. Awesome. Now there are many different places it has that. Here's your prime example. Full throttle, no throttle. Full throttle, no throttle. And insta-dash. Been working at this for nearly 4 hours now. Before I decided, you know what, maybe people want to see my pain. Luckily, I typically get here with a lot of consistency, whether it be on PlayStation or Xbox. It's after this point that typically gets big problems. Underlean, overlean, not enough traction, not throttle, traction. Brake doesn't work very well. It's, yeah. Big bunny hop. And you squeeze it in. Another big bunny hop. And what do you know? Underlean, overlean, no traction, too much throttle. All those right there in about a few milliseconds. And bunny hopping on the controller PlayStation is, well, you got 55 minutes of seeing how it happens. As you can tell from my voice, I'm not exactly raging, any of that. I'm just playing and see what happens. Insta-death. I haven't gotten the Trials Curse yet. Trials Curse I define as you do the exact same thing twice. The first and the second time. Yeah, I've seen this multiple times in various different videos, where the first do basically the exact same thing. I call that the curse trials, the trials curse. Nope. Big bunny hop. And insta-death. Stay off on the throttle, get up and over. Insta-death. Yes, I can pretty much predict when it's going to die. Wait, you can predict when it's going to die. That's the thing, man. That's what makes it annoying. And dead. Typically there, what happens for me in my... I let off on the throttle, which relieves the traction. It's supposed to make the front end come very little, very often. It never does that. It always ends up like we just saw. No throttle, up and over, no throttle, up and over. Big bunny hop. Forward, back down, so I can get this. And what do you know? Failed bunny hop. Hundreds of thousands of bunny hops, and every once in a while I can't pull one off. At least I need it. I can't pull it off. Bunny hop there. Seems to always work. Consistency. Down, up for the consistency. And if you don't land on your back tire first, typically it adds a bounce there. And sometimes when you do land on your back tire, it adds a bounce. But for the most part, nah. Back wheel first. No traction. For consistency, go down. And then it's going to do that, so I need to go back here if I really want to give it a try. So I can land on the back wheel to get up and over. Big bunny hop. There. Big bunny hop here. Level out. Try and get it to... Nope. It either gives you traction, takes away lean, or takes away lean and you over... No, either you over lean and it takes away the traction, or gives you traction, takes away lean. And if you're very lucky, it might give you both. Instant death there, but it tried. Alright, it has given me half a shot at this. Now, if I'm lucky enough to get over this, it's really just 2 jumps away. As you can tell, 15 minutes or whatever before, I got 2 things, but then it does what it does. Yeah, that's how much I'm really pumped up about this. Unfortunately, I can't do the whole get to the end, get a platinum, and fist bumps, and actually I don't feel like I accomplished anything. I just feel relieved. Oh, right, cool, done. I don't have to do this anymore. No, I don't have to do anything, but I am trying to get the platinum. And nope. It didn't want to keep leaning forward. Now, will it or will it not make this jump? See, it's this jump and the final jump. Some under time. 2 minutes to get a platinum, and I'm at, what, 101 and a half or so? So it's kind of a two-part where it's one and done. You make it or break it. This, make it or break it. The next one, make it or break it, and it's done. So do you start off in a seated position, standing position, or just hope it works? I guess I'm going to go with I just hope it works. And because it did that, which it seems to be really, really, well, not just annoying, but with the PlayStation, I find that happening a lot more than it ever happened with the Xbox. Now, is there a way to get out of this? Yes, but it takes time. And a lot of luck, because I'm trying to get the game to give me just enough traction to get up and over while leaning. It has a problem leaning. It has a problem giving me traction. It wants to lean backwards. It wants to do everything but I'm trying to get it to do. Can I get it to do it? Yes. Very, very, very difficult to do it in the time limit. But it's a zero fault run. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to try and get this to work. And that's what I get. Yeah. This is why I think that when I actually get a platinum, I won't feel accomplished. I'll just feel relieved. The most harsh part about this is the fact that I do know all of the techniques to get me up and over. And built into the mechanics for replayability, they've made it in such a way that at the very beginning of playing it, it's challenging. It's really cool. The graphics are cool. Audio is really cool. You learn the techniques and all of a sudden, wait a second, I have no consistency. That was every track? No, it isn't. Some tracks hold up pretty well. And some tracks like this do not. Big bunny hop. Nope. Bunny hop just wasn't there. Let's try the Trials Curse and see if the second one doing the same thing as what it just gets me up and over. Of course. That's what I call a dead stick. I'm not doing anything on the stick itself. I'm just letting it, the animation leans forward or backwards. I'm not pressing forward or backward on the stick. I call it a dead stick. Now if I have to work that hard, I might as well start over. To death. Yeah, from the smoke coming from the tailpipe, you can kind of tell if somebody's pressing full throttle, and then by the animation, whether they're leaning. And so if you're coming up or down, if you're basically on a top like a 2-story and you're going down, you see the animation leaning backwards and it keeps going forward. Yeah, the player's trying to lean backwards, but the game is saying nope. Big bunny hop. Another big bunny hop. Trying to get it to go backwards, but again, the controller's just... Nope, it's dead. How do I know? I press brake, get it front end to come back down, and I don't need to explain. But yeah. No traction. And doesn't want to lean forward insta death. No traction. No leaning. Nope, does not want to lean. Big bunny hop. Nope. Didn't make it. Now, do I know if the audio is actually recording? No, I have no clue. It does not want to lean forward. Will though now. Isn't that crazy? Not that it did, but the fact that I could actually predict it before it actually did it. Nope. Yep. Nope. Oh, it's going to be short, I knew that. That's why I said no. Yeah, lean forward. And look at that. No throttle. Well, total throttle, you can see the smoke coming out the back end, but no traction is what I meant. Some of the most annoying is going backwards, and you can see 100% throttle and 0 traction. Front brake. Big bunny hop. There. Big bunny hop. Another big bunny hop, but I gotta stable up. And what do you know? It decided to overlean. Well, actually, nothing new. I'm an hour in on this, plus another 3 hours before I did the stream. So I think I have a lot of practice, although I did get a platinum on Charred Remains. big bunny hop here. Right there. Nope. See, you need a big bunny hop here to get the big bunny hop here, and if you're lucky, you can kind of get it to work. It underleaned, and then overleaned by doing, well, you guess what, you just saw what it did. And look, no leaning. I mean, it really wants you to do that to stabilize it. That's the secret sauce, is doing that. That's what it really wants you to do. Stabilize it. That is the secret sauce. That's how you kind of get consistent. So most of the time here is absolutely just reaction time. What's it doing? What's it not doing? How's it doing? And that. Is it giving it traction? Is it not giving it traction? Is it underleaning? Is it overleaning? Will the brakes work? Do I know the secret sauce that gets me up and over? Secret handshake. That readjust it in such a way built into the programming that it says, okay, it did this, so we're going to give it traction. It started off here, it landed, no traction, but you did this, and then all of a sudden it gave you traction. Insta-death. Why? Because there's an invisible magnet there. And coming backwards down, it always sucks the back end down, so you end up like this. So the idea of at the bottom here, leaning back and then leaning forward, does work most of the time, but on this, full throttle and lean forward and then no throttle and then readjusting. Even then, you end up like this. Even though for roughly 4 hours I've been getting that. Let's see, ish. It's been 4 hours. 4.5 hours. And back down you go. Maybe I'll just give up. I mean, it really just does not want to work at all. 4.5 hours of this, where it just doesn't want to work at all. They'll call it bad luck? Sure, okay, fine. But then where does technique come in? Where's the things that you learned over the course of hundreds of hours come into play? Oh, it just wasn't working today. Really? So pressing throttle, brake, or lean just didn't work today, but it'll somehow miraculously work tomorrow. Toe pick. So what's the toe pick? Toe pick is kind of, no matter what you do, the animation slows down for no reason at all but to slow down. Now, if you're looking for a reason, you would say, well, even landing going down, flat surfaces, uphill look makes more sense, but you would say the friction caused the wheels to slow down, so the entire thing slowed down. If you land in an endo type of position going downhill and that friction takes effect, you end up head over heels and you crash. None of that makes any sense to me, but they put it in the game. And thank you, game. You let me get away with that. Now I'm 2 jumps away. Maybe I make it. 4 hours of not making it. But, maybe. Gotta find out. Gotta play to the end. Or at least until it crashes. Which will be within the next minute, if not sooner. And then, of course, the same save, but this time the game didn't allow me to save and decided to do another backflip just for shits and giggles. Awesome. And the Trials curse is still in effect. I just did the exact same thing I just got penalized for, but now it rewarded me. Now, will I have made this jump? I go with just seated position every time, see if it works. Well, still in the same spot. It ends up here. For some reason on the PlayStation, it really loves to end up here. So what's the difference between PlayStation and the Xbox? Well, I notice I have an Xbox and I have the controllers and some a lot shorter on the PlayStation. The thumbsticks themselves seem to be shorter on the PlayStation. All of this for this game, not good. It gives you, the person who's playing, a lot less control, and that to me really seems to be issues. I've seen Professor Fat JD have the same issues going from his Xbox to his PlayStation, and he doesn't want to blame the controller, he doesn't want to blame the PlayStation, but yet everything points to those two things. Once, do not lean forward, but it does give me traction. There you go. Not a high enough button. Yeah! None at all. I hit restart instead of... I am looking at hours and hours of restart time, which is from the beginning and not from a checkpoint. Full throttle. I will absolutely hate that fast. Super annoying. You're going backwards. You hit full throttle, and then you say to yourself, well, wait, I wasn't in a seated position. Then you do it again from a seated position, and you get the exact same results. Hence, annoying platinum run on the bottom, because everything about this is annoying. So, how are you going to break it down? You can stable it here, And you can actually, from here, you can actually, use actually too many times. Throttle your way across. So here, if you let go throttle, it leans forward. Here in the next one. So you go full throttle, or no throttle. Full throttle forward and no throttle. Maybe you get across. Maybe. Here, you basically are off of this blue thing. So you would bunny hop, lean forward, brake, up and over. And then it crashed on me in slow motion. Isn't that awesome? Here, for consistency, just stabilize here. Whether you go up or not, come back down, stabilize here. And slowly throttle until you get to the top, brake. Bunny hop, and then there's a usually, when you bunny hop onto that, it naturally bounces you to here. Once it naturally bounces you to here, you want to land on the next platform back wheel first. But you can make it right here, and you want to go back wheel first. So you can go stabilize here if you want. Bunny hop, and then back wheel. Obviously, I don't know how to do bunny hops anymore, because I could do this, back wheel first, and that's what gets you up and over. Landing on this edge right there, you just lean backwards to try and get it to keep the traction. Nope, it's going to give you the traction. So that's what you do. Back wheel first, lean back, up and over. Back wheel first, lean back, okay. Lean back and then forward with brake. Bap if you want. This one's interesting because you hit here and then you're going completely forward. You're doing a bunny hop and then completely forward as hard as you can. You get it to do that. Now this one is about stabilization. Do the secret sauce if you can. Which is doing that. Consistency wise, it seems to be what works. You see me just doing this, just letting go, going dead stick. Do nothing on the stick until it comes back down, and then I try and stabilize it that way. And then of course, because the PlayStation controller sucks, you don't really have any real control on traction or throttle until the game just gives it to you. Like that. Now, am I pressing more or less here? No, I'm not pressing as hard down or up, but yet it's doing up and down no matter what I want it to do. Here, it's lean forward, throttle control. Now, obviously, that was 0 throttle control, wasn't it? So pressing more or less. I gave it enough to and then it did that. It automatically wanted to lean forward by itself. Nothing to do with me, nothing to do with the controller, everything to do with the game. Front, back, big bunny hop if you can. Again, this one is about getting that invisible spring to get you just enough up and over the log so you can lean back and bunny hop up and over. That's all this is. Get there so that you can do that. And if you can stabilize, even better. Back wheel, bunny hop up, not big one, just enough to get to the log so you can lean back again, the bunny hop. So you're leaning back, bunny hop, back to bunny hop, that's it. Back, bunny hop. When it allows you to. So I'm leaning back. So I'm taking off and leaning back. And then once the back wheel hits, then I'm leaning forward to give it the bunny hop. As soon as I land on the log on the other side, I'm leaning back to give it traction, to give it the other bunny hop up and over. I'm leaning back, bunny hop, back, bunny hop. Back, bunny hop, back, bunny hop. Why am I saying that through this? To show that, yeah, I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Did I ever tell you the story of the Houston
Allowing me
rabbits?
to, well, if you see a platinum, it said the game allowed me to. Basically, it's about as easy as that. Basically, show and visual. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. While the game is, well, getting all over my run. Go. And we'll mess up and oh, just intervene. No traction. Too much traction. Almost insta-death. Let's see if I can get out of this little area where it gives the insta-death. Nope. It doesn't want to lean. Now it still doesn't want to lean, and it's an insta-death, insta-crash. Nothing you can do. Not all. Done. Got it. No, and this is one of those areas where, yeah, it doesn't have to give it to you, even if you know what you're doing. Insta-death. Just kill my... I won! And then say, okay, good, and leave it alone. But yeah, I kind of want that payoff of getting a platinum. That's kind of the goal. Incident. It keeps on just yanking. Now it's hour. I got to the last jump, and what do you know? Didn't get it. Took off wrong. Traction was wrong. Throttle was wrong. Lean was wrong. Brake was wrong. Whatever. Okay, big bunny hop. Another big bunny hop to try and stabilize. Okay. Something. So I kind of have a shot here, but I'm gonna get there before I say anything, if I can get it. Let's see. And so here, again, this is all about just persistence, trying it over and over and over and over and trying not to let it get to you. If you can do that, you end up with the medals. You're going to be #1 in the world. You can doing pretty decent things. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and eventually you get lucky. 100 years goes that run that gets you where you want to be. So, here we go. Two jumps away. Why not me? Well, is this recording? Is this not recording? Am I just talking to myself in an empty room? With the show. Pass or fail. One done. So, I'm here again. Get out of the hole. I'll start all over. Beginning of the track. This big. Alright then. Guess what? It's still a platinum. And it doesn't want to give me any kind of traction. Isn't that just traction? Any kind of traction? Crap game. Oh yeah, awesome. Okay. And you're gonna fuck it, aren't you? Yes, you are. Thanks for. Thanks a lot. Awesome. Sorry for the curse words, but so you're going for a speed run, or you're taking your time. The end result seems to be the same. That. Again, I get a platinum. I won't be accomplished. I'll just be relieved. Oh, it's good. But no, I don't need it. Of course. Why not? Again, gotta have a trifecta of traction. Bunny hop. Instant crash. Yeah, that's good. Instant crash. Instant crash. Back. I guess I should be saying thank you. You didn't crash. You've taken a lot of time. Awesome. Crash. That's it. Makes it. I will tell you when it's going to crash. Makes it. Doesn't make it. Makes it. Big bunny hop. Big bunny hop. And it makes it. I work fast enough that it doesn't make it. Doesn't make it. Doesn't make it. Doesn't make it, and okay, good, didn't have an instant crash. I need a big bunny hop here. Nope. It didn't give me any traction, therefore, yeah, Trials Curse, do it again, and watch it make it, or not. Oh, I guess. Traction? Who traction? Why? The same reason why that didn't work. And I should give up. The game obviously isn't working. It's going to be the same exact game tomorrow, next week, next year. Big backflip bunny hop. And then big bunny hop. And no traction. Right? I have to be the player. I'll just easy out. Be the game. Nope. Get it this time. Big back. Now I gotta stabilize. And the game said yes, we will stabilize. And we're back here. 2 minutes. Can give me hours. No, that's an exaggeration. It's too big. 3 minutes. Then it tends to land in that crevice. I got a real good shot at it. Just going for luck, I guess. An hour, 3 minutes. Not 3 whatever hours before I even started this. So, yeah, you can start at the beginning and then fast forward until I get this platinum, or I don't, or I just Anyway, I say wish me luck, but gee. Now that is about as perfect as I've gotten it in the last 4 hours, and nothing, not a thing. So now I'm going to try and squish it through, and we'll see how much it'll do. It will. If I won't, I could start over again. And this is why at the very end, oh wow, accomplishment! Oh, it'll be. Oh, I'm really cool. Well, only one way to find out, and I've got basically 40 seconds. So, it gave me a shot. Game. So, I know this. I know all this. So, if it allows it to, I'm one shot away from not having to start over. The hour 40, whatever that I did it. What do you do here? Well, back. You can give it your best little funny. Go lean back. That's one way to find out. Let's do it right. So I'm gonna go, lean back, do what I normally do, go into autopilot, and see if that works. Don't overthink it. Just it is what it is. Boom, done. So overthinking, not muscle memory, and that's what really starts to frustrate me in the end, is that my muscle memory takes over and then the game says no. But I would need a 0 fault. But I have 1 fault and I'm able to do it, and get all the way to the end. Anyway, a new personal record.
Doesn't sound like a very good idea at all, said the third. We can raise many of them and give them together.
Half of it, you're going to find fun. Really, it is a fun game. And then you're going to hit a brick wall. And it's just going to be very, very painful.
A burrow of rabbits were already off in excitement, looking for their fox.
Now this is in DLC, it's not a part of the main game. I don't like doing these things instead of just showing replays. So you can also see the sticks. Dead stick is doing nothing. There's nothing in there, dead air. Bunny hop. Now, just like the Xbox, I have just 1 trophy really left that I want to get, and that's Way of the Machine. On the Xbox, I'm 0 in 3 minutes 37 seconds. On this, a lot worse. Again, I gotta put the blame where the blame is. The controller, not great. It does feel different than the Xbox. Now, I do have a dongle somewhere that I can connect the Xbox to the PlayStation. But I kind of feel that's cheating. Because it's the PlayStation, and typically anybody playing it is playing with a PlayStation controller. And it's kind of an advantage. But on record, it took me over an hour and 40 minutes, not counting the other 3 hours that I was playing before. Hey, you know what? On record, I do have the platinums, but since I took it off just like in the same way the Xbox, and then redid everything. 58.5, I did it in 53. But luckily, the biggest one for me, I have it here. Like I'm going through and I'm looking at it, saying which ones were the ones that I couldn't get, that I would like to get. And I got every single one minus most of the FMX. I absolutely hate FMX. Machine. On here, 10 faults in 3 minutes 58. The Xbox 01347. I do have done the platinums on the other ones. And some, most of them barely, but it's there. But the one I just got, this one, got that one, well, hours ago. And instead of go the replay, so about this very beginning part right here, which is you don't do anything but lean back to the front forward. And what always started me off on my little rampages here, where it wouldn't make that, even though I'm leaning backwards and leaning forward. And it does that. So just in the same area as like meteorain, I just attack it, just keep going, just keep going. Stars will line up and you hit a button correctly and it gives you traction and you get up and over, even stopping. In that air traction, just figuring out where. And then the late bunny hop there. Now the late bunny hop so that you can hit that section right there, and it gives you traction. Up here, so you can get that traction, which gets you up and over. Right there. Didn't know that for the longest time. Killed me every time. Because I was thinking that I had to do the bunny hop up to it to get over it. So I would do the bunny hop down here, try and get up and over. So I would do here, and I would never get that traction. And I'd end up doing that. Or getting it to go, let's see if I can do it, straight up and down, just like that. And so the trick of it was trying to get it, the back, to hit that elbow right there, so that you can get the traction up and over. And it's all about not slowing down, not stopping if you can. Am I going for a zero fault run now? I would like to have a decent run. Right there, it's traction, and then try not to slow down as much as you can. Use the natural bounces to get you up and over things. The bunny hop. And then this isn't really doing much, but just going forward. Gas, gas, and gas, gas, gas to get me up and over. Gas, forward, gas, forward, gas, forward, gas, forward. To just get it up and over. What got us here is I always wanted to bunny hop. But if you're going fast enough, you just hit it straight. No bunny hop, just... And then that brings you up and over. Like this, I never stop. Go
You know your limbs won't grow back when they melt, don't you?
If there's any place to do a front flip, this is it. So you can do a fender grab, or you can jump on top. Break it and hit brake, and have it come back around. That's what that looks like, and I'll show the replay if for zero fault. Again, the thing about this is I learned most of the techniques that I need to do, but it's just consistent. But it's not on every track either. There are some tracks that stay consistent no matter what. Back. You get that to give you traction. The elbow. You get traction, you get up and over. Try not to stop. Use the natural bounce. Level off. Oh, you also use the ghost. Somebody else's ghost. On for time wise. Straight up. Dead stick. Forward, forward. And then I did bunny hop there. You don't have to. Bunny hop there. Get up and over. Any place to do a flip here. Get control. I'm at 49 seconds. Speed. Give it a nice bunny hop up. You keep going forward. It's not bouncing. And then go from there. Right. Do something. So here. No, it says 60,000. I barely got it. Let's see. 11. But all of these I have down challenges. Phobia. So, let's see. What's a good one to... Oh, I have refund cockroach. That would be a good one to lock on, is the cockroach. Oh wait, this is performing land triple back, but for some reason it is glitched now. Done it, and it doesn't show. I'll show you what I mean. I can get it to do the triple backflip, but like I say, it doesn't seem to want to work. And it's But it doesn't matter because you don't need it to be a zero fault run. Is the only place that I know of. 1, 2, 3. It's very difficult, doable, and you have to be able to. And it's getting the rotation. Go back. Did it give it to me? No. I don't know why, but it doesn't do it anymore. Just did it again, 2 times. And so let's look at heights. Perform and land a triple backflip. Now it doesn't say zero fault run, none of that. I just did it twice and it's not over. Go back and then see if I can get it to run up. And yep, finish the track if it didn't pop up, but I can go finish the track and it still will not pop up. Get down!
Get down!
It's just... Nope. I knew that as soon as it hit this platform right here, that it wasn't going to make it. I can already tell that it took away traction for whatever reason. That's the game. Just like that. Nice flip. And yeah, no traction. And the most annoying part, 8% over an obstacle, and somehow it's able to drag you back or give you that action, even in a seated position. like that. Touching his back. Somehow it's just spinning. Going backwards, goes and it keeps going backward. Or does that? You lean. No traction? Nope. Traction. Nope. And insta-cat. Insta-death. There. And in like that, even if you're leaning forward, you're coming down, not up, where I was just going up. Gotta love it. You hate this obstacle, this one. Hate it with a passion. Right on the time. Awesome. Good place to end it. Finish line. Yeah. Don't be a hater! Hate the face! I want to take off, and it wants to die on me. It does want to die. It got a squish. It died. Alright, it added a bounce right here. Oh, no leaning. No leaning. No leaning. I guess I'm getting a no lean policy here. So just don't lean, I guess. Don't do a bunny hop. Just get down there. It doesn't do that. Back roll, you get back roll. And somehow it ends up going not forward. Stop backwards and then forward. Okay, now. Oh, I can figure out. She figure out that it's object-based physics. Oh. Pulls you towards that object or pushes you away. Let's see if I can do this. I would venture to say no. No. But then again, I don't know. I get lucky sometimes. A Superman. So, man is leaning back, yes? No. Going to hell is actually going this. Up. No, just pushing up. How about that? Just up. Up. Superman would be just straight towards. That's not it. That's not it. See, what am I doing? Well, I'm pressing towards. you just got two other unique tricks by trying to level out and pushing towards that. This is why I hate FMX. And then going to hell and a bow. What the hell is a bow? So it's going to hell. It's a bow. Okay. A proud hero and a Superman. You need a proud hero. Get back on the bike, then do a Superman. Going to heaven and going up. Okay, what's going to heaven? And then I wanted a going up with a flip. You see, this is what I mean. This is why I hate it. Am I pressing correct direction? Yes. Is it giving me a different FMX? Yes. Going to have going up, flip. So you want to be here. Nope. Here you go. There, and then a flip. Go. We just did that. So underdog. It's upside and back. Oh, I guess it's a flip. Driller. What the hell is a driller? I know what an underdog is, but what is a driller? Okay, it had it for a second there. See, I'm going between. Superman. Not a Superman. That's not a Superman. There's the Superman. Now what am I doing? Pressing towards the left. With a flip. Okay, so underdog. Dip slash for whatever reason. There's the underdog, and then it did a flip. So I'm pressing towards right. I'm getting the underdog, and I'm pressing to flip, and then it's doing a different thing with two different tricks. That's not frustrating. How did I get it before? Well, it gave me some. I need 4 more. What's the? Okay, a bow and a going up. I need a going up. Going up and a driller. Okay, I know what a. However that is. Proud hero and a bow flip. Okay, here's a proud hero. And that's a dead body. I need the bow flip. This transfers over to, and I try to do FMX, and I wanted to do a trick, and it goes in between. It fails, it crashes because the animation doesn't get back on to the bike. $60,000 is for platinum. Oh, it's going downhill. Toe pick. What's the toe pick? Well, the toe pick is whenever it makes it stop, just by just landing. Use it first. Go slower. So I'm not going to. It's supposed to be a... because I'm pressing towards the left. This is what I mean by it changes up the trick. That was again supposed to be a Superman. That was supposed to be a coffin, and it died. So what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to do a very specific, unique trick every time that it does a jump. If I can do that, I think that I can get the platinum when the game allows me, when the game allows the trick to actually happen, and to get back on the bike and not have it crash. Oh, it started with the actual super. So the whole idea is a unique trick. Come on, I'm gonna keep doing it this way. If it makes the coffin, I'll try and land it. If it does, I'm gonna crash it. Because there's no point in going on if it's going to do what it's going to do. Okay, that was supposed to be a Superman. We'll do the Superman here. And we can do the up. Proud hero. And now if I can get it to the coffin, have it land. Do that to keep the multiplier going up, or keep it. And I might have made this 67,000. So it's about trying to be as clean as you can with doing very unique tricks. Not letting it get to you. And you try and just know that it's going to do what it's going to do. Anyway, so that's a good place to end. Replay it in 2 hours. And then I can switch over and see what Valerie's doing. And maybe progress a little bit in that. Anyway, you can see the stick and gas and all that good stuff. Again, I wanted Superman, see, leaning back towards the left. No. And then if I did the Superman, let's start at the very beginning. Where is it? Start to replay over. So the very first jump, my right stick is going towards the left. So R2. The left to give it a Superman, see what it does. Left, and is that a Superman? On the stick, you can see me towards to give it a Superman. The only reasonable explanation would be this is coffin, and then it did that. Had to save it. Great landing? No. Okay, whatever. And then you have to try and do unique tricks. So I had to try and get something that was unique. The bow was the only thing that was actually unique there. And keep the multiplier going, you gotta do a trick. Now, I just barely made 7, but then went to 6. But yeah, this is funny and this is telling. But then again, you would argue it's the angle of the bike. But here, right stick is supposed to be a Superman. See that? And then start the up. Let's see what Valerie. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great one. Sorry if I'm too much down on this game. but this is what I say. The second half, it's challenge once you've learned the techniques, and then you kind of figure out, wait, the consistency is, there's something wonky here. But anyway, thanks for watching. How do I get this thing out now? It's PlayStation 4. Yeah, here. Oh, broadcast settings, and then I can. Okay. Anyway, take it easy. There we go. And the good stuff.